the big plus side of this shoe was how comfortable the shoe felt. I felt like I could run in this shoe for a good couple of hours without any issues. Good morning and welcome back to the channel. Today a parcel has just arrived from On Running. This is the Cloudrunner. I've kindly been sent this for the purpose of review about a week before this shoe actually comes out. So today's video is just going to be a first look at the new On Cloudrunner, which is their latest shoe. I've recently been trying out the Cloud Monster, which is another one of their new shoes that come out just recently, and it's an absolutely incredible shoe. I've been loving it. It's probably my favourite On shoe that I've ever tried by a long way. So I'm excited to see what the Cloudrunner is. All I've been told is it comes in a gravity defying box. Yeah, pretty cool packaging. It's come in. Let's open it up and have a little first look. There we go, the usual classic On cardboard box. Couldn't actually find anything online about this shoe yet, so yeah, that shows how exclusive this look is. From what I've seen, it looks like it's going to be their more daily trainer. It says here on the back, this might help me: comfort and breathability, instant step-in comfort, while the engineering mesh lets the feet breathe as the run goes. Brace for no impact. You've got the Cloud Tech that we're used to with On shoes. Ultralight zero gravity foam, absorbs forces with every stride. Looks like it's got the speed board as well, and it's got feel supported, a wider bottom unit and a cradle shaped construction support for every step of the journey. Tech specs: it's got a 9mm drop in a US men's size 8.5, so that's actually my size. It weighs 300 grams, and recycled content. This shoe is made from 90% of the polyester in the shoe is recycled, and 30% of the entire shoe is recycled. So that's pretty cool. That's what it looks like on the little printout that they've got, and it says "Forget Gravity," which I'm guessing is their campaign for this one. What else have we got in here? After landing, little like sachet that you look like astronauts would pack to go to the moon. After landing, it's a Think multi-protein royal mint tea. Interesting. Is this from On? Swiss Health and Nutrition. I'm not sure if that's actually from On Running itself or it's from a different company. The change, it says here on the top. Open that up in a second, have a look. And before takeoff, so before the run, some sort of, again, flat packed, looks like I'm going off to space. Before takeoff, something almond crunch, created in harmony with nature, Swiss made. So yeah, On Running is a Swiss company that was founded in 2010. So I'm guessing these are products from a Swiss-based company. I'm not necessarily sure what the affiliation is there with On. And this one is a during the run sachet. Electrolytes, I think. There they are. Wow. The On Cloudrunner. What size are they? Please be men's size 8. UK size 8, yes. So they weigh 300 grams in my size and have a 9mm drop. I'm pretty sure they're designed for your sort of easy miles, nice cushioned feel. I'm going to take them out for a spin today. Yeah, that's the first look at the shoe. We've got the Cloud Tech here, which we're familiar with if you've run in On Cloud shoes. You can see here it's quite a wide landing platform, wider than the actual upper of the shoe, which is interesting. It sort of splays out a little bit here. And then if you look in this groove that all On Running shoes have, you can see the speed board there, which gives the shoe a bit of stability, but it also helps with like the explosive toe off. Let's have a look at the tongue. Tongue is not gusseted, it's just a loose one, sits on top of the foot. And yeah, it's quite plush from what I can see. A nice amount of padding around the heel. On the upper here, it seems to have got these sort of like added areas of support, which should help give the shoe a bit of durability. Again, around the toe box as well. And it looks like we've got a little bit of a stability element to this shoe as well, almost like a glide rail type element on here. I'm not sure how prominent that is, and I'll test it on the run. But yeah, definitely can feel a little bit of support in this shoe. So all On running shoes are neutral running shoes, but this definitely looks like it's It's been designed with a few like support features, wide landing platform, a little bit of a glide rail here, and these added areas of support. So yeah, be interesting to take it out on the run. That's the first look at the shoe. Let's get out on the road. Oh, another lovely day here in the UK. Just thinking this time tomorrow I'll be on my way to Heathrow Airport out to Boston for the marathon. If you haven't seen my latest video, or one of my latest videos, I'm going to America for 4 days to watch the Boston Marathon. I'm not actually running it. Had a few people say good luck at Boston Marathon. I'm not running it, I'm just there with Puma. Going to be filming some behind the scenes, do a bit of a spectator point of view, and hopefully get an interview with some of the Puma athletes, which means Molly Seidel. She's going to be very in demand, but hopefully we get about 5 minutes with her. Watch just ticked 2 kilometers. First 2 kilometers in the Cloudrunners from On. A really comfortable shoe from step-in sort of feel. They've definitely got a wider sort of landing platform than some of the other On shoes that I've tried. I would say they're a bit more traditional On shoes. They're a lot firmer than, say, the Cloud Monster, which are a bit more soft and squishy. Just put a little bit of a stride into them. They're still responsive, but not quite as responsive as the Monsters. So I think these are going to be more designed for your easy miles. Very, very comfortable. A lot of padding on the tongue and in that heel area, which has given a really nice ride so far. Tomorrow, sorry. It's a problem with these country lanes. You have to sort of dodge the traffic. Always face oncoming traffic. Anyway, yeah, tomorrow I've also got a 10k race in the morning. Little Bromley 10k just before I fly out to America. Like to keep my schedule nice and jam-packed, add to the stress levels before I fly out to America. Got to do stuff like my COVID test, my immigration form, all that stuff tonight. Pack. Haven't done any of that yet, but I'm sure it'll be fine. Just roll with it. But yeah, I'll give you my full first impressions when we get back to the house. I'm just going to enjoy probably about 10 miles, I think, in the Cloud Runners, and I'll let you know how I get on. So I've just taken the shoes onto the trails. I'm pretty lucky where I live, especially when the weather gets warmer like it is today. I can get out on the trails from my house. So yeah, 4 kilometres down the road, run along the lovely river that leads from Chelmsford all the way towards Malden in the sea, heading towards Chelmsford today. But yeah, just thought I'd give the Cloudrunners a try on the trails. So far the grip seems really good, so I'd probably say these are going to be a good shoe for somebody who lives somewhere like me where there's road and trails. We've got a good outsole on the bottom there, which has given me a lot of traction on the trails, which is good. It can't be said for all on running shoes or road running shoes in general, so that's definitely a plus side so far. There's definitely a rocker type feel to these shoes. 9mm drop, that's quite a lot of drop. I usually run in around 4mm of drop for my easy day, everyday training shoes. So they are getting me up onto my toes, which is, yeah, it's a good feeling. I personally prefer that more for a racing shoe or a go fast shoe, so that's something to bear in mind. If you like a high drop shoe, this is definitely going to be one for you. In terms of the ride, I would say it's not as exciting as the Monster. The Monster is really, really responsive, bouncy, whereas the Cloudrunner feels a little bit firmer, definitely a little bit more stable. I'd probably say it's going to suit a wider range of runners. In terms of, if you got this shoe, I could probably guarantee that you're going to get on well with it. But it's sort of almost like a no frills shoe. There's no like fun bouncy ride or excitement there. It's just a very traditional, very comfortable mileage shoe that, yeah, hopefully is going to get you through those training miles. There we go, I'm back from my run, 10 miles exactly, 16.1 kilometers for those who run in kilometers in the On Cloudrunner. Yeah, really nice shoe overall. Thoroughly enjoyed my first run in this shoe. I did a nice range of road and on the trail as well to give the shoe a proper good test, and I also threw in some speed at the end, a few little strides just to test its responsiveness. And what I found from this shoe, my first impressions, is this is going to be a great daily training option for somebody who usually runs in neutral running shoes but requires some stability features in their shoes. This area here, the glide rail, which I talked about when I unboxed it, it wasn't necessarily that noticeable, but I could tell the ride was very stable. I personally have a fairly even foot strike. I don't pronate or supinate that much, but for me it was very, very stable and comfortable, and that was definitely the plus sides for this shoe. Not light. I think they've gone for comfort over weight reduction here, which is fair enough. That's exactly what you want in a daily shoe. So yeah, it's not a heavy shoe, but it's not light. In terms of the ride, I would say this shoe is more closer to the more traditional on running shoes, so the Flyer, the Flow, the Surfer. It's a little bit firmer. It's definitely not as firm as some on running shoes, but it definitely doesn't have that plushness that the Cloud Monster has. So if you're looking for something that's got more cushioning, I would recommend looking maybe at the Cloud Monster or even the Cloud Stratus. This is a little bit more of a firmer feel, a nice wide landing platform, which I know a lot of people like, which, yeah, you can get a good amount of ground contact in this shoe. So if that's something you like in a daily trainer, then this would be a great option for you. In terms of sizing, I went true to size, UK size 8, had no problems at all. In fact, the big plus side of this shoe was how comfortable the shoe felt. I felt like I could run in this shoe for a good couple of hours without any issues. If I was going to go for my longer stuff, again, I'd probably go for the Cloud Monster just because it's got that little bit extra cushioning. I did start to feel my legs getting a little bit fatigued from the ground contact, say after about 9-10 mile mark. You could just feel the road a little bit more than, say, other running shoes. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Really like the colourway. Nice black and sort of greeny mint colour. Again, you've got the reflective logos. Yeah, I think this is going to be a really popular shoe. Definitely one that I'm going to be using for my miles. So my easy miles, going to get a lot of my running done in this shoe. Going to be a great shoe for warm-ups before track. On the trail, it performed really well as well. There's a good amount of traction here. It's nice to see that On have improved the traction, because sometimes that can be an issue with some of their shoes, but there's plenty of outsole rubber here across the whole shoe. Even on these areas where there's not hardened rubber, the Helion has been sort of grooved, which, yeah, made it for a a good grippy ride on the trails. The trails weren't wet today, but that would have been a real good test. But yeah, these are going to be great for people who do running on both the road and the trail, like I do. But yeah, that pretty much summarises my first impressions. As with all my shoe reviews here on YouTube, I'll take this shoe to 100 miles and give you my full review, sorry. But yeah, that's pretty much it for today's shoe review of the Cloudrunner. Until next time, aspire to run, run to inspire, and we'll see you again soon.